check 1 2. What is this? Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, bro. We back.
We back.
We back. We back up in this thing, man.
Man.
How I feel, man?
I feel pretty good. Man. It seemed like the stars had to align and everything for us to finally put this back together.
Listen, you talk about stars aligning, bro. Just for this to happen today, the stars had to align, and they still wasn't all that perfect, but
yeah, true.
You know, we here, we making it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We in the crib right now, but you know, it's all good. We gotta get it how we live.
Hey, that's how we started last time.
I swear. we didn't have no video.
We didn't.
We ain't had nothing. You know? But we here now, you know what I'm saying? Rap Nerds Podcast, we back. Yo. Hip hop, man. Hip hop.
Y'all been asking for this. And now y'all gonna get our perspective on what's been going on lately.
Yo, it's crazy. I know like maybe Flo don't really like know how often people really talk about this, but they do. I get more of it, you know what I'm saying, in my DMs and even in person. People will, you know, ask me about the podcast. But I was getting a haircut by this barber that I ain't talked to in like 2 years. And I found him, went to go get a haircut. He cut my hair. He said, "Hey man, still doing that podcast?" I'm like, "You know about that?" Like, so it just kind of let me know. That was the moment where I was like, "Yeah, we gotta try to like at least attempt something," because a lot of people really enjoyed it. So you know, we here, man. We here to talk about it. But like I said, hip hop, man. This is man. Y'all know what we finna talk about. I don't think it's gonna be a surprise at all.
Nah, not at all.
You know, and for the people out there that's gonna say, "Oh, that's over with," we don't care. We don't care. We finna talk about it.
We have the last say on that.
Look, we gonna get the last say. You feel me? We gonna talk about it. Y'all know what we here for. Y'all know why we are here. Actually, this situation might have sparked this coming back for real.
For real.
So, y'all already know, man. How you want to start this, bro? How you want to start this off?
I mean, we got to start from the beginning.
All right, man.
I don't think everyone realized like how long we've been waiting for something like this.
Man, listen. Long time, man. We've been waiting a long time for this. We finally got it. If you're still wondering what we're talking about, right? You probably haven't been outside. Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. It went down. Finally. Bro, after like 10 years.
10 years?
Like that's
10
crazy.
plus years actually. But
yeah, really, like it's been a while. You know? So we kind of felt like it would be beneficial to like start at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Start like at the beginning of their careers and really like talk about this thing in its whole, you know, in its totality, I should say.
Right. We're not trying to sway your opinions or anything like that.
Nah.
We just want to give you the most informed information that
Absolutely.
we can give you.
Absolutely.
So that you'll know that Kendrick won.
He's starting early, bro.
Hey.
Nah, but I do want to say, you know, I look at a lot of stuff on social media, you know, people talking about the battle, and I just want to let y'all know, man, even though we may relate to one artist more than another, we're going to call it straight down the line, straight down the middle. We're going to be fair, because a lot of times people just, you know, they love who they love, and then they'll fight for that person, and they'll make that person seem like like God or something.
Bro, that literally happened with us. Like, this battle dang near split us up.
For a hot second it did.
For a hot second.
For a hot second it did. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that, you know. But yeah, we want to make sure people understand like we just love hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't about championing one artist over another. Even though that will happen.
Right.
It's not necessarily about trying to make another artist look crazy or look weak or whatever. Like it's just about who won.
Right.
It's really that simple. And there are reasons why we feel this particular artist won.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why, you know? So, you know, but yeah, let's start from the beginning. My question for you is like, so because Drake came out first, right? I'm pretty sure you knew who Drake was before Kendrick.
Right.
So what was your initial thoughts of like Drake as an artist?
I wouldn't say I was a fan of him at that time, but it was like that he was more closer to us and like in hip hop in that time than any other time afterwards or whatever. Yeah. So I seen his skills, I acknowledged it, and I was like, that dude was nice. He was nice. So I was understanding why everybody was like championing him and everything. Right. And then coming from like coming up under Lil Wayne and the whole Young Money situation, I was like, yeah, this he got a bright future ahead of him. Right. I think him signing to Wayne was really like the validation that an artist like him needed. Yep. You know, when I first heard Drake, excuse me, actually I used to go to, like many of us did, datpiff.com. You know what I'm saying? Get them mixtapes. And I remember his mixtape comeback season. It was on the homepage. Right. And if you had a mixtape on the homepage, that means you had a lot of downloads. Mm-hmm. And I kept seeing it, and I was like, man, who this light skinned dude? Like, look like an R&B singer for real. He didn't look like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Right. He was like, had the little pea coat on, and you know what I'm saying? It was like the fall, and I'm like, who is this dude? Like, so finally I clicked on it, listened to it, and I think like instantly I was like, I like this guy. Like, it was unexpected. Yeah. Right? Just from me looking at that cover, I didn't expect him to be rapping like he was. Right. And like you said, I wouldn't say that I was a super fan of Drake. Like his music just wasn't really what I loved. You know what I'm saying? Like it was good. I can acknowledge that it was good music. And he's made great music for years that I can acknowledge is great. Right. Music that I've, sang along with, you know what I'm saying? Like I've listened to all his albums, but I mean, not necessarily like what I'm really into for real. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I can acknowledge his greatness as an artist. But yeah, just listening to that comeback season and eventually getting So Far Gone, I was like, I see the appeal. Yep. I see the appeal. Like he kind of has this like, very clean cut, he's not a thug. He's not trying to be like tough. He's talking about his relationships and, him just wanting to be amongst the greats. Right. That's respectable. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if you listen to Drake's earlier music, you can honestly listen to that and be like, I respect this dude. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen a lot of footage of him in the beginning where he was giving other people props, before he became like Drake. Yep. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, I love this artist. These guys inspire me. You know what I'm saying? It's a video of him, meeting Joe Budden for the first time. And you know what I'm saying? He like, man, I'm just blessed to be standing next to you, so. Yeah, early on, he showed that, he did his history on like the greats. And he was mentioning them and like, he was like, you? Like, I wouldn't expect you to know that. Or like, oh, okay. Right. Because if you look at like Drake on paper, like earlier Drake on paper, it doesn't make you go, I want to listen to this artist. Right. It's like, hey, look, I gotta say it. You know what I'm saying? Biracial, rapper from Canada who's known for a Nickelodeon like teen show.
Yeah.
That doesn't scream like rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so looking at that on paper, you like, I don't know. He might be whack.
Yeah, I first I heard him when I first heard of him, or actually started trying to listen to him a little bit. I was like in college.
Oh, okay.
And I had one of my homies, Mexican dude, came up to me telling me about him. He was repping him hard as heck.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
almost like, hey, pause, bro. Like I get it. You like this, man.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, he was telling me about it. I was like, all right, I guess I'll check him out. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, okay. You know, I could see like you said, the appeal and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, like Drake, he was giving hits and working alongside Lil Wayne. It was like,
right. That was that
like,
for me. That was like, oh, okay, because I think after that, like, you know, because Wayne was heavily like pushing Young Money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He had signed Drake. He had signed Nicki Minaj. He had some other artists, Tyga. He had Jay Mills.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was trying to start like this label of just like, you know, a plethora of different artists, which I thought was really dope.
Yeah.
And he was putting Drake on those songs that I think Wayne putting Drake on a lot of those earlier songs really gave Drake I don't the credibility as a black artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like in the urban setting, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like putting him on some of them earlier songs really kind of made the black audience really go like, I rock with this dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It showed he can make hits. He's
right.
not one of the guys that you'll turn off when they verse come on. He was actually hanging with Wayne and creating
facts.
moments and all that.
Right.
Stuff
He
with
was
him.
like really the standout of the whole Young Money. I mean, besides Nicki, he was the standout. And it was like, you know, like you thinking about like rapping, you know, I used to watch battles. You know, I still watch battles. I knew about Jay Mills, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, man, Drake killing him on these songs. Like, so I think just him being on those earlier songs with Young Money, really kind of gave him the push. And once he started to like put out his own music, you know, especially with like Best I Ever Had, that was kind of like one of them joints where he was like, okay, yeah, we like this dude. We like this dude. Yeah, he's nice.
Yep.
You know?
I mean, he had the fan base of the women fan base.
Yeah.
He had the rappers fan base because they realized he can rap.
That's the thing right there. You said it. He had the women fan base because he made those kind of records that women, you know, women love, women can engage with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he also showed like, I'm trying to be nice on the mic too. Mm-hmm. So we, you know what I'm saying? We liked him for the women songs, right?
Right.
You're not gonna lie and tell me you went with your girl, you know.
Right.
You throw on Drake, you know what I'm saying?
he became a whole thing. Like,
all of us did, bro.
He was our go-to guy for a nice little minute.
Yes, he was the go-to. But then it was like, oh, he got bars too? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, we like Drake, man. So I think that was kind of like my earlier thoughts about Drake. I mean, and you know, as time went on, you know, because of, you know, things that happened, things that transpired in his career, you kind of start to, I don't want to say change, but
he changed.
Not him, us.
Oh.
Like our opinions. Some of us, not all of us, but some of our opinions about Drake kind of started to change when certain things started coming to light.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get into those, you know. But so what was your initial thoughts when you first heard Kendrick Lamar?
I mean, yeah,
K-Dot.
He was nice. Now, I didn't listen to him like alone in a sense.
Okay.
I listened to him as the Black Hippie group and all them.
Okay.
So my introduction to him was along with the rest of them, Schoolboy, Absol, and all them. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh yeah, he nice.
Yeah.
So honestly, I didn't think he was gonna get, you know, as much appeal as he's gotten,
bro.
Because I mean,
you took the words right out of my mouth. I didn't.
Like, J. Cole, like he barely got away with it, and I was like, I don't know if they're gonna let 2 out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you not lying, bro. I swear. Like, cause everybody be like Kendrick, and he's great. Like, in my opinion, Kendrick is one of the greatest artists of our generation.
Yeah.
Period.
It's undeniable.
But in the beginning, I didn't think that was gonna be the outcome.
Right.
I didn't. Like, I remember the first time I seen Kendrick. I was on World Star, and this is back when we used to go to World Star Hip Hop, look at all the videos, and I don't know how I don't even know why I clicked on it, but I clicked on, he had a video on there called Tammy Song. You remember Tammy Song? Yep. And I was like, okay, this concept is okay. Who is this dude? Like, right. You know, oh, he from where? Compton? Oh, wow, that's interesting. And I think the West during that time wasn't really at its height. No. The West always kind of has this double dutch thing going on.
They're like the Lakers. to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Like, unless they got a superstar on their hands.
That's true.
They be kind of mid.
Oh.
But that's another time. That's for another time.
That's kind of like, yeah, that's a fact though. But I think, the only person that really reached, that became really successful out the West before Kendrick was The Game. Mm-hmm. And after him, it really wasn't, who can you name that came after The Game for real?
Yeah.
That was, so when Kendrick came along, I was like, okay, him being from the West, yeah, you can never be too sure about how their careers is gonna go.
Right.
Right. But something about him was intriguing. So I listened to Section 80. Right. That song was on, and I was like, okay, he's dope. Like, yeah, he's good. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I'm trying to find the right words to say. It wasn't that I was just like, okay, on to the next. It was like, I like this guy, but I don't know what to expect from him.
Yeah.
Like Drake was different. Drake was like almost instantaneous. Mm-hmm. You knew this dude was going to be a star. There was no question.
Right. He already had the backing behind.
He had everything. He had the personality. He had the raps. He had the women fan base. He had all of that.
Yep.
And we just automatically knew, like, this dude's a star. Kendrick, I didn't quite get that feel in the beginning.
Right.
But I did like the music, and I thought Section 80 was dope. And then I found out later on, like, okay, Dr. Dre, right? I didn't even know I knew about J-Rock, right? And then I had to even go back, and I was like, oh, he was the little dude in the All My Life video. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay. So signed with Dre, got this label called TDE, kind of start piecing things together. But it was still kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because it was like also at a weird time where rappers like that, who had the concepts, who was like lyrical or make songs and stuff, they'll be good, but they'll be pretty much where people like me and you can like gatekeep.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, you're great, but mainstream ain't really going.
We was bro. Yes, we were gatekeeping. That's kind of whack, but we definitely were like gatekeeping a little bit with him. Like, I understand it, I get it. I don't think the mainstream media is going to take this artist and make him a star. Right. You know what I'm saying? But boy, were we wrong.
Man.
Matter of fact, I don't even think we were wrong. I think Kendrick's ascension was like gradual. Yeah. It wasn't like an instantaneous thing like that. It was like, like the roller coaster. And I don't think it ever took
no.
He's still going up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he's
still going upwards.
It's like Jordan in the finals, man. Like that man shows up when it's his turn to do some stuff.
He shows up, man. And I think that's what it was. It was like just little by little, we started to be like, okay, this dude is different. I think the moment I realized, like, okay, we might have a star on our hands was it wasn't swimming pools. Swimming pools, I like
Well,
B Don't Kill My Vibe.
Oh yeah.
That's what it was. That's what it was. And when Jay-Z hopped on the remix, that's when I said, okay, we might have a star. Because Jay-Z don't just hop on remixes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how many songs you got. Jay-Z is not hopping on your remix if it ain't that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was even Jay, like, I see you. You know what I'm saying? I see you out there, you know? So yeah, that was the first time I realized, like, okay, we might have something on our hands with this guy named Kendrick. And, you know, eventually he became a star. And yeah, him and Drake crossed paths, you know. I think it's kind of started with Drake giving Kendrick that record on Take Care, which is a classic in my opinion.
Yeah, Take
Care is a classic. You agree?
I agree.
It's a classic album. I don't care how you draw it up, how you paint that picture. That's especially a classic album.
That time, especially
at that time, Drake is like Drake, bro. He is the guy. Period.
I don't know. So Take Care.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we do gotta have some asterisks on that. That was supposed to be the Weeknd's.
His album?
Yeah, a lot of those was like
Weeknd songs.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why the Weeknd was very important in this beef.
This where that rainbow goes over it. It says, "The more you know." Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why they've been
really
one of the big reasons.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Hey. But I digress.
Hey, whatever. The album is still a classic.
It is.
But in regards to Kendrick, Drake did something that, I mean, the only person that I can even recall doing it was Kanye West. He gave Common his own song on his album. Drake gave Kendrick an entire song on his album on Take Care. Buried Alive.
Right.
You know, what did you think about that?
Hey, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was a different perspective and stuff, and I was like, oh. Like, I didn't know you can, like, I knew you was capable of doing stuff like this, but I didn't know you can actually, like, do it. You know
like,
what I mean?
Do that for real. Yeah.
Like, Kendrick, it's like, he's, especially for me in the beginning, he was like one of those who will make a great song, and then I'd be like, okay, I hope you don't get trapped in that. This is a great song, but you can't, like, follow up afterwards.
Yeah.
Always followed up.
He always followed up. I mean, Good Kid, Mad City, certified classic. We not playing those games. All you Drake fans, we not playing them. Listen, we not finna do that. Good Kid, Mad City is a certified classic, right? I'll let y'all debate To Pimp a Butterfly, whatever. Y'all can debate that all y'all want.
I'm not.
It's a classic to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can understand why some people are not like super fans of that album. I can understand, right?
Classic's a classic.
But for me, it's a classic. Yeah. But yeah, Good Kid, classic. But him on that Buried Alive, he said some things in that verse though that kind of like made me go, I remember when that verse came out and people were talking about it, and I remember somebody asked me, did Kendrick like kind of throw shade at Drake in that? And I was like, I don't know. And I went back and I listened to it. I don't think he threw shade like directly.
You remember what he said?
Yeah, it was like some undertones in there. He was talking about how, you know, when he met Drake, you know, he's meeting him for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like, Drake is obviously the guy at this point.
Right.
Kendrick is new to the game. Drake is kind of living that lavish lifestyle that Kendrick wants. Like, he wants all of these things.
Right.
But then he has this part in a song where he says, you know, I got rude and impatient when I realized that we were the same age. right?
Yeah.
Almost like I should be right there with you.
Right.
So when I hear that, my rapper brain kicks in. My rapper brain goes, Kendrick is looking at Drake like, it's almost like the Kanye West line. Mm-hmm. Damn, baby, these niggas that much better than me. That's what my brain, that's where it goes.
Right.
It's like he's looking at Drake like he has all the stuff that I want. I might be better than this dude. Or I'm just as good. Mm-hmm. So I instantly start thinking about the competitive nature. Right?
Right.
And I think I was right because not too long after that, we got Control. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And let's not skip over this. Let's not skip over this because I've been hearing a lot of Drake fans say, oh, well, he put Kendrick on. He put Kendrick on. Drake put Kendrick on. Listen, Drake giving Kendrick a song on his album. Also, Drake fighting for Kendrick and A$AP Rocky to be on the Club Paradise tour.
Right.
Right, because they wanted him to take somebody else. He was like, no, I want to take A$AP and Kendrick. Mm-hmm. That's not putting somebody on. Kendrick had a Dre cosign.
Yes, he did.
What are you talking about? Like, putting somebody on is a totally different thing than giving somebody a look.
Right.
Right? Yes, he introduced Kendrick to maybe a fan base that Kendrick didn't have at the time. Yeah, he put Kendrick on a tour that a lot of people, came to that may have seen Kendrick for the first time.
Right.
That's not putting him on.
Yeah, because remember he let Drake listen to the Section 80 project.
Oh,
yeah.
Before
he even put it out, like that was a business move on Drake's end.
Listen, Drake is smart.
He knew he was about to be.
This is why I get like irritated with that because Drake he's been doing that his entire career. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? Drake just hopped on a 4-Bat song.
He did.
Come on, man. Stop, man. Stop. Like, this is what Drake does. Bro, cut it out. So is all that putting Kendrick on, that's blasphemy. Gave him a look, but he didn't put him on. Kendrick dropping Control, I think that was the beginning. Right? I think what I really think happened, right? And this is all speculation, but just in my mind, this is how I see it happening.
Uh-huh.
I literally see Kendrick meeting Drake and saying, I don't really like this nigga. We've all met that person that, we've all met that guy where we like, I don't really like that nigga, man. Not that like we have anything against them personally. Yeah, like, it's just their personalities. Just it might not coincide with ours.
Right.
And I think that's what happened. And I think once Kendrick dropped Control, and he kind of, he raised the level of competition during that time. Mm-hmm. Drake response makes sense. Like, if Kendrick is feeling like I don't really like this nigga, Drake's response kind of goes with that.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, nobody else took offense to that.
Yeah.
Except for Drake. Everybody else is on record of, not everybody, but most of those guys were like, I ain't mad at that. Like, yeah. But he's saying he want to be the best. Like,
but you gotta remember Drake was, I don't know if that point was on our side. And when I mean on our side, I mean like on the rapper side or whatever. But he comes from that. So it's like he knows when somebody's trying to go for like the top spot and he knows he's there.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't care how you said it and how you took it. It's like, I'm going to take it a certain way because I literally am at that spot. Everybody else is not there.
That's a great point. I'll give you that. But I don't know. It just felt It felt emotional. If you go back and watch those interviews, like the one he had with Elliot Wilson, yeah. I think he was talking to Angie Martinez too about it. He just sounded like hurt almost. Like,
no, he was pissed.
He sounded like, oh man, I thought we was friends, and you trying to come at me, you know? Nobody else took offense to that.
He said, no, it's not cool. Like, I thought it was just, you know.
Like if it's really that, then let it be that. He didn't say nothing bad about you, bro. He said, I'm trying to come for the number one spot. Mm-hmm. I think you were threatened.
Yeah.
Simply put, I think Drake was threatened. I think the reason why Drake gave Kendrick a spot on his album because he knew like this dude is probably gonna be the next dude. Mm-hmm. And now he coming at all of us. And I'm the guy, like you said, I'm the guy. I'm at the top.
Because
that's threatening, bro.
He did the same thing with J. Cole, and J. Cole didn't do that. Nah, he kept it peaceful.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like Kendrick and Cole were a little closer.
Yeah.
Than what Kendrick and Drake were.
Yeah.
I think Kendrick and Drake, their relationship prior to them having issues was probably more so just like we're colleagues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you rap, I rap, we both in the industry. We both got cosigns from, you know, the greats. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of running parallel with each other.
Yeah, like I'm gonna see you. Like we cool, but you know, I don't hang with you like
right.
That.
We ain't hanging out. You know, cool, I think him and Cole is kind of like if they got a show together, they gonna hang out backstage, chop it up, like you know what I'm saying, show each other pictures of their kids or something. You know, like that's the kind of relationship I think they have. But yeah, like I feel like Kendrick just really didn't like Drake like that. But I don't think he was trying to like diss him
right
or shoot at him. He was just saying, listen, this is about competition with me. Like y'all just trying to rap, I'm trying to be the best, and I'm trying to get there.
Right
and if you guys are in my way, I'm trying to get y'all out the way. Simply put, there is no, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing else to that.
Right.
You know, but Drake didn't see it that way. Even I remember Big Crit, Mount Olympus. Yep. He said everybody talking about this Kendrick. Mm-hmm. He ain't even really diss me on.
Yep.
He was like, he ain't diss me on that. Like, so Drake feeling some type of way. Who was the first to say something on a record?
Probably Papoose.
No. Papoose? Now who was the first like out of Kendrick and Drake to everybody responded to Kendrick. I mean not everybody. Most of the guys on that he named didn't respond, but other people did.
Right. They was offended that they didn't get mentioned.
Right. Lupe mad. Like Lupe, shut up, man. I love Lupe though. That's my guy. But yeah, like who do you think was the first? I think it was Drake.
Yeah, because after Kendrick did that, he kind of was like silent after a while. Cause he just let the moment live.
Yeah. I think Drake was the first to like really kind of shoot at him on a record. Like I don't remember the song, but it kind of go like
yeah.
Your new stuff is not that inspiring. Something like that, right? And then Kendrick, TDE, BT Cypher.
Now the moments,
man.
The moments.
And that's what I was trying to tell you, but we'll get to that.
Here you go.
The moments.
There you go.
Kendrick has a way of creating moments, and he created one at that BT Cypher. You know, aha, jokes on you, high five, I'm bulletproof. Like, just never penetrate. Pin a tail on a donkey, boy, you benefit. I got my thumb on hip hop and my foot in the back of your aftermath. Gets the last laugh. You know, tuck the sensitive rapper back in his pajamas clothes. Like, you know, that was obviously shooting at Drake. Mm-hmm. But I think Drake did it first. And literally from that moment, we got 10 years of subliminals.
10 long years of subliminals,
man. Yeah, man. I mean, like, there's countless conversations that I had with people, like, when y'all think they gonna really like go at it. And that lasted for like 10 years. And every time they would drop a song or album or anything, we enjoyed the albums, we enjoyed the music, but we definitely was checking for them for them dishes.
I think they might have been the only people that we would allow something like this to happen.
Oh yeah,
because anybody else, you'd be like, bruh, stop talking about it.
We over.
Yeah,
we over that. We ain't thinking about that no more.
This is probably like the longest buildup of subliminals.
Right, but I feel like they were just at that top position, both of them, where we were patient enough to wait for that.
Well, in the midst of them throwing the subliminals, like Drake had stopped after a little while.
Yeah,
but Kendrick, he was past that point at that point.
You know what? I want to talk about that too.
Okay,
because listen, y'all, this is not. We're not trying to throw any shade at Drake. We're just calling it straight down the middle. Drake's responses to Kendrick almost seemed like passive.
Yeah.
Like his subliminals to Kendrick kind of sounded passive. Like on 100 with the game, right? It didn't sound like it didn't have like, it wasn't visceral.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was more like, I would have all of your fans if I stayed on some conscious, like.
It's more like one of them, I see what you did there.
Yeah. But Kendrick, like, to me, Element is a Drake diss. I don't care. It is a complete Drake diss. Y'all can paint that song how you want to. That is a Drake diss. He just didn't say his name. I don't give a. He telling you from the beginning. I don't care. I'm willing to die for the. Put the Bible down and go eye for an eye. Like, he's telling you. I'm willing to die for the. Everybody listen. Check this out. I want everybody to go on YouTube, type in Element Kendrick Lamar, look at the video. The part where he says, I think it's I'm willing to die for the I'll take your life for the. There's a person in that there's a person in that video that looks like they're drowning. Go back and look at that video and tell me who that looked like.
He's not lying. When he showed me that, I was like,
yeah, I showed you, didn't I?
Yeah. I was like, dude.
Go back and watch that.
What?
I said, is that who I think it is? Yo, listen. And that was the difference. I felt like Drake was just kind of like little jabs. But the stuff that we was hearing from Kendrick just sounded way more like aggressive.
Right.
The heart part, was it 4?
Yep. We knew who he's talking about. And we was waiting for him to say something.
Bro. I'll big pun you, punk. You a scared little tiptoeing around my name, nigga, you lame. And when I get at you, don't be saying you were just playing. I was just playing, K-Dot. You know I rock with you, bro. Shut the fuck up. You sound like the last nigga I know. Like, bro, I'm banging on the table and stuff. But, like, literally, man, it was very, like, aggressive. It was very visceral. It was like he was on the attack without even being on the attack. Right? But we said, we got 10 years of that.
Yep.
You know, back and forth. And there's more than what I just said.
Oh, way more.
Drake took a lot of shots. Kendrick took a lot of shots, man.
Like, they had a period where they was both going at it. Then Drake would stop. Kendrick would still go at it. Then Drake would like, all right, I'm not finna sit here and be quiet. He'll throw another sub.
Yeah.
And then they'll go back and then he'll stop trying to praise him. And it's like what y'all doing at this point?
Right. It was crazy, man. But 2024 got here. You know, this is right off of Kendrick dropping what well, 2 years prior, Kendrick drops Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Drake had dropped. Last project was For All the Dogs. You know, I love Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Yeah.
Like that album is special to me for different reasons other than just it being great music. The album has a lot of meaning. The album is like, you know, I hate to sound cliche, but it's a good album to sit and like listen to and reflect on certain things in regards to like the black community.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the topics and the subject matter on that album, people don't want to hear that really right now.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a reflection of the society that we live in. Like, you know, black people getting therapy and looking in the mirror, you know what I'm saying?
Doing that on all his other projects.
He's always done it.
Taking it to now, like, you know, being a grown man.
Right.
And it's like, now that's the grown man version of it.
Exactly. You know, a lot of artists don't make that album until they're like older.
Right.
You know how long it took us to get 444 by Jay-Z?
Exactly.
You know, talking about infidelity and come on, man. Jay-Z didn't care about no infidelity. That nigga made Big Pimpin', man. Like, so, you know, but Kendrick drops that, Drake drops For All the Dogs, and there's a song on For All the Dogs called First Person Shooter. Now, I would say when it came out, I wasn't thinking about Kendrick. Did you think about? I mean, yeah, J. Cole says some stuff in that song.
Yeah, but that's
right.
We look at it as like that's normal J. Cole.
It's normal J. Cole, right? I guess I liked the song so much I wasn't using my rapper brain.
Gotcha.
I wasn't using my rapper brain.
Was it just a moment where it's like, oh, you know, these two here?
Yeah, I was really into the moment of like Cole and Drake doing something like that, right? And I just I turned my rapper brain off.
What was the last song they ever had together? It wasn't the one when it was like Up in the Morning or In the Morning or something like that?
Yeah, that might have been. I can't think of anything after that.
Yeah.
In the Morning. Yeah. Yeah, I think that might have been the last project or last song that they had done with each other up until that point. You know, and of course Cole is on for All the Dogs on the deluxe version. The Scary Hours version. He's on there. But yeah, I think that was the last song that they had done together. And First Person Shooter was like, okay, J. Cole and Drake. You know, J. Cole got him. He got him on it. Yeah, just clear. Wasn't even debatable. But, you know, J. Cole said some things on that record. You know. And once my rapper brain kicked in, that's when I was like, because I had to watch some things and I was like, oh, right. I'm like, okay. What I took note afterwards, with the help of Joe Budden, Joe Budden definitely brought it to light because I really wasn't thinking in that way. Where J. Cole says, you know, we the big three, like we started a league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Now that's fine.
Right.
Cool, right? We the big three, you feel like the greatest, that's fine. But it's the part where in that same verse, he says the Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. You just said big three.
Hold on. Why weren't Drake fans mad at J. Cole after that verse?
They were mad at Cole?
No, I said why weren't they?
Drake fans should. I don't know. I mean, I guess because they're on the same record.
We all watched them.
I guess it's because they're on the same record. Maybe if Cole had said that, you know, on a song where it was just him, maybe they would have felt some type of way. But I mean, I guess it's not. Yeah, I don't see why they would feel some type of way with him saying the Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. Let me listen. I ain't really want to talk about Cole this one. I wanted to save another episode for Cole and you know, just
get a little spark note.
Yeah, little note. Cole tends to do this a lot. To me, Cole is extremely passive. He has this, you know, this kind of like competitive spirit in him, but it's almost like he'll throw a stone and hide his hand. Right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm listening to that record. When I listen to it now, I'm hearing we the big three like we started a league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Right?
Right.
But then when I hear the Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake, it takes all of the steam off of that. You just said you Muhammad Ali. Now you're the Spider-Man meme where you're confused about who's the real one. That's what that meme is, right?
Yeah, it's like
the meme is like, oh, Spider-Man looking at Spider-Man. Can't tell we can't tell here. So which is it? He does that a lot.
Yeah.
J. Cole is like, he comes off very passive. It's like, bro, why you being passive? Just like stand on it.
Yeah.
So when I hear that, I'm just a little confused on like, where does he really stand? Like, are you claiming that spot or are you not? You know? But to fast forward a little bit, so what we learned later on was apparently Kendrick was supposed to be on First Person Shooter. Right?
Right.
What do you think of that?
I mean, that makes a lot more sense because it was like the big three.
Right. like, we like he said like Kendrick was on the song. So
sure, we've been trying to get Kendrick and J. Cole on the same to rap together.
For
the longest.
For a while.
That definitely would have been a moment.
I think the last time, they ain't even rapped together. They just did each other's songs. Yeah. They rapped on each other's songs. Black Friday. But yeah, like I mean, the way I look at that is like it's pretty. It validates what I said before. Kendrick don't like this dude, man. And I'm speaking from the perspective of not hearing Euphoria or anything.
Right.
I'm speaking like just like in that moment. Kendrick don't like this dude.
Again, this is all after like all these subs. Like, I'm not finna do no song with you and you know.
But not
we beefing.
Not even the songs. I just genuinely feel Kendrick. And I mean, like I said, this is not even considering Euphoria. Let's just not even think about Euphoria and what he said on it. Let's just concentrate on like Kendrick and his relationship with Drake. I really think that this man does not care for this nigga at all. Right?
Right.
Like, he ain't trying to piece it up on no record with you. Obviously, they reached out to him and he was like, nah. Right?
Right.
And then we get like that.
But it's like, yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nah, because what I'm going to say is going to pertain to something later.
Yeah. But, you know, we get like that. And boy, oh boy.